everyone, welcome to Online Jeopardy for 3MP3 edition. Today we have 4 contestants, Ryan, Jen, Danielle, and Emily, and I'm your host Taylor. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, my name's Jen, and I'm from China, and right now living in Shanghai, China.
Hi everyone, I'm Ryan Tratner. I'm a student from Markham, Ontario, and I'm ready to win.
Hi everyone, I'm Emily Stronach. I'm from Oakville, Ontario, and I'm super excited to be here today.
Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Danielle Brick, and I'm from Markham, Ontario.
Let's go for terms for 200.
Sounds, music, packaging, price, word, and gestures are all examples of this concept.
What is marketing stimuli?
That is correct, $200 for Emily.
Can I get terms for 600, please?
Perception is selective at each stage. These stages help consumers reach their goals or gain information.
What are exposure, attention, and interpretation?
This is right, $600 for Ryan.
Can I have terms for 1,000, please?
The amount something must be altered or changed in order for the viewer to notice.
What is just noticeable difference?
Correct, $1,000 for Danielle.
You did it! Congratulations!
Cognitive thinking 200.
A good mood, clear displays, primed ideas, and this last factor all contribute to an individual's cognitive ease.
What are repeated experiences?
Correct, $200 for Jen.
With the foul versus Antetokounmpo.
Let's go for cognitive thinking for 600.
Information displayed in faint colors, bad fonts, and that contain complicated wording will lead to an individual experiencing this. Also will occur if their perception of an advertisement is negative due to unappealing designs.
What is cognitive strain?
That's right, $600 for Emily.
Cognitive thinking 1,000.
Examples of marketing stimuli such as sounds, words, pictures, and colors can be related to this theory that is discussed in Kahneman's Thinking Fast and Slow Ideas text.
So what is the theory illusions of remembering?
That is correct, $1,000 for Jen.
So marketing stimuli such as sounds, words, pictures, colors, packaging, or price are all aspects that allow me as a consumer to become more likely to purchase a product. This can also be tied directly to the theory of illusion of remembering from Kahneman's Thinking Fast and Slow Ideas text, as these stimuli provide cognitive ease in the form of an impression of familiarity. For example, at the grocery store when I was looking at different cereals to purchase, I remember seeing Life cereal commercials when I would watch TV. Having heard the familiar words Life cereal and seeing the recognizable blue, red, yellow, and green letters many times on TV, I was able to connect the marketing stimuli of the cereal with my previous memories of the advertisements. This allowed me to actually purchase the product without much thinking of other alternatives, and as a result, I became a fan of the product. When I go shopping now, I rarely find the need to spend time in the cereal section in the grocery store, as the theory of illusion of remembering takes over and I automatically pick up a box of Life cereal. So in the chat function below, can you share any ideas that are similar to mine and relate to the concepts of marketing stimuli and or advertisement with the theory of illusion of remembering? Can I have messages for 200, please?
Size, color, intensity, and contrast are used to do this and create meaning for a consumer.
What are ways to attract attention?
Right, $200 for Danielle.
Messages 600.
Kahneman states that maximizing legibility, using high-quality paper, and using bright blue and red are ways to reduce this.
What is cognitive strain?
You're right, $600 for Jen.
Messages 1,000.
A type of perceptual grouping stating that humans' perceptual systems separate stimuli as either the main object, ground element, or everything that forms the background, figure element.
What is figure-ground relationship?
That is correct, $1,000 for Jen.
I'm going to go for cognitive learning for 200, please.
The lowest level of cognitive learning, a simple association of concepts.
What is rote learning?
Yep, $200 for Emily.
I'm gonna go for cognitive learning for 600.
Related to rote learning, this Kahneman theory is described as learned associations between ideas and operates quickly with little to no effort.
What is System 1?
Correct, $600 for Emily.
I'll take cognitive learning for 800.
To detect that one object is more distant than another and the answer to 2 + 2 equals are examples of this concept.
What is System 1?
You're correct, $800 for Ryan.
If I were to ask you to solve this equation or read this word, you could do so quite quickly. This type of thinking is classified into System 1. Connaham states that System 1 operates quickly and automatically in our brains, and are the effortless choices that stem into System 2. He says that System 1 consists of learned associations between ideas and can include skills like reading and understanding social situations. In contrast, System 2 would include checking the validity of a complex argument and searching your memory to identify a surprising sound. Overall, they are described as being much more complex and require a large amount of attention. They are disrupted when the attention is removed. Likewise, we have learned about mindless or rote learning, which is the lowest level of cognitive learning and can be described as Sesame Street learning, as it is very simple and basic association of concepts. Overall, System 1 and 2 are always active in our minds, but System 1 runs automatically and generates suggestions for System 2, which is responsible for more difficult, detailed, and specific processing.
Can I have cognitive learning for 1000?
Incidentally picking up on and learning from the outcomes of others' behaviors.
What is incidental observational learning?
Correct, $1,000 for Danielle.
Can I take learning and memory for 200?
A learning process in which an old and new stimuli are paired that will result in the new stimuli evoking the same response as the original one.
What is classical conditioning?
Right, $200 for Danielle.
Can I get learning and memory for 600?
The famous classical conditioning experiment where dogs learned to recognize the sound of a bell as a signal that food was coming.
What is Pavlov's dog experiment?
That is correct, $600 for Ryan. Kahneman says that similar to Pavlov's dog experience, as a form of emotional learning, fear can be learned very quickly by words rather than experience. In contrast to emotional learning, expertise takes years to develop.
Can I get learning and memory for 1000?
A form of reward in which something desirable is added to a situation when something is performed, increasing the probability of performance.
Hey, sit. Hey, sit. Maybe if I give her some form of reward, maybe a treat, and when she sits, I give her that reward, and maybe she'll do it more often. Sit, Riley. Good girl. What is positive reinforcement?
Correct, $1,000 for Ryan. The 3 levels of cognitive learning, as mentioned before, are mindless or rote learning, observational learning, and reasoning or problem solving. Again, mindless learning is the lowest level of cognitive learning and is a simple association of concepts. Observational learning is learning something by paying attention to the outcomes of others' behaviors. This can be done deliberately with a specific goal in mind or incidentally by learning something on the spot. Lastly is reasoning or problem solving. This is the highest level of cognitive learning as in a mental progression used to reconstruct existing information and incorporate it with new information. Now for the guests for $600 points, type your answers to this prompt in the chat in the form of a question. The highest level of cognitive learning, an active effort to bring in new information and assimilate it with what you already know.
Here are some lightning round questions. Type in the chat below. Which textbook concept did we relate Kahneman's theory of System 1 to? Pavlov's dog experiment is a famous example of this type of conditioning. Earlier in the Jeopardy round, we went over the concept just noticeable difference. Can you think of and provide an example of just noticeable difference?